Kamala Harris, like I said at the beginning, she came off very, very well, and she came off very, very progressive too. Again, there's some context to that. There's background that you definitely have to discuss when it comes to Kamala Harris. But for people that maybe don't know that background, that just know a little bit about her, that have seen her on these Senate committees questioning somebody like Brett Kavanaugh, and now we're seeing this town hall that she was a part of. Man, like I said, she came off very, very well.
Like all of her questions, like were framed with progressive language.
Right.
And it's not like she was just, talking in general and like at random she would use a progressive word every now and then. Like
she was
her entire commentary had that language within it.
It's not like she it's not like she like put on a costume just for like this one occasion. Like she was like, or it was embedded into her.
And it's not like, how like when somebody's speaking another language and there's not there's not a word in their language that for a particular English word, and they just say the English word, like blah, 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 for Taurus, blah, 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 iron, something like that. It wasn't like that. So that's why it's important that we talk about this town hall in that way, because we have to give an analysis not just based on how we view her. Y'all know how we view her.
Exactly.
We know how y'all view her. We know how probably the people who you follow on Twitter view her, your friends on Facebook, just social media, wherever you are. We already know how y'all view her. We have a perspective, and I think we made that clear. But when we give a total analysis, we can't just look at the climate, or we can't just look at like the climate within like the progressive circles. We have to look at the entire the climate of the country and how
all the voters, man.
All the voters.
Yeah.
And the way she came off, she could fool a lot of people.
No doubt.
Easily. She could easily fool a lot of people.
So I guess this is the rub. Again, you said it's clear how we view her. So this was scary. This was scary because I mean, I expected her to do exceptionally well. I did not expect her to summon progressivism like it's been her for decades. I didn't expect her to do that at all. That's
that Kamala Kameleon we were talking about.
So she just seamlessly transformed into a progressive. So, I mean, it's crazy, but again, it's scary because she will be able to fool a lot of people. Now, I think that if there is a President Kamala Harris, people say that I've heard she might be the next Obama. She might be the next Hillary Clinton. She might be the in between those two political figures. I honestly think she would be more progressive than Obama. Not by much. I think if there's one progressive thing that she would do, other than the Lift Act, because again, I mean, it's good. It's good, and I would say it's progressive. It's not the end-all, be-all, like you were saying. It's not the end-all, be-all. It's not the perfect solution. There are many things that you need to do to actually reform this economic structure that we have. But beyond that, I think she would actually get, or at least try to get, Medicare for All actually passed. That's the one thing that I think that she would do. The Green New Deal, I have my doubts. I'm not sure about that.
I'm in the same place. I think that's a bridge too far for her.
Yeah, I don't know about that. And then again, the one thing that I'm really scared about, considering her past and her affiliation with law enforcement, is criminal justice reform in this country. Yeah. Would anything be done on that front?
I don't think so. I don't think she's going to be as overtly fond of law enforcement like Donald Trump was. Remember that speech? He did that speech in front of a bunch of law enforcement officers talking about next time or from now on you could be more rough when people hit their head on the car, shove them in there, don't care. I don't think she'll be that overt,
no.
But I don't think there'll be much movement.
Right.
I don't think she's a good, representative of, criminal justice reform. Like transformative criminal justice reform.
No, I don't expect that. So, and see, again, that's why it's scary, because when you have her, and again, there are already multiple candidates that are going to be running for 2020, right? So when you have her seamlessly transitioning into a progressive, looking like a progressive, talking like a progressive, speaking, I mean, it's coming off perfectly, right?
Better than Obama.
Exactly. So when you have her on a stage, and there are going to be others as well, there's going to be an Elizabeth Warren, you know, she's going to come off very well. And we know that one of the first states to weigh in 2020 is going to be California, the biggest prize.
So they carry a lot of influence.
It's at this point, I mean, I've said it before, she's the front runner. To me, I mean, I know the corporate media, they haven't said it, but yes, they're positioning her to be the front runner.
Implied.
It's totally implied. But I will say it as well. Just based on the optics, she is the definite front runner, and it's hers to lose.